and the old knockout leads to new life, and
I'm so glad that the knocked out Spyrox and Urbador, as well as Delta and Jesu, can fertilize the soil.
Yes, that's exactly
for
what this
life.
is. From the old, we bring in the new. The new is Koko and Mounir, and they're against the old. That is Acno and Blaze.
Who knew that Brawlhalla was so philosophical?
That's my good friend Gerald that uses fish heads to fertilize his garden.
I feel like that's just the thing that farmers do. But does not matter. That's already going to be one of Blaze's stocks. God.
We might be seeing the Blaze's head in the dirt here, fertilizing some cabbage or maybe some broccoli. I don't know what the seasonal vegetables that Gerald is growing right now.
It's the fall. We're thinking like apples at the moment.
That's a tree, though. Gerald doesn't, no, he doesn't do that. It's usually just like stuff on the ground. I'll figure out what he's growing. I'll get back to you. I know that you and all the viewers at home really care.
Game one.
Oh, Insync coming out.
Acno able to close out that stock on Mounir, as well as on Koko. Blaze with the cleanup, and now all of a sudden it is blue team that is slightly up in that stock lead, is what I would say, until that GCD light into the ground pound connects. The classic, the tried and true.
Okay, the bounce off of really nothing in the air with that signature from Mounir. They're keeping it going, and Koko grabs the side sig off of the platform. The 2v1 combo team play so far has been amazing from both of these teams, and we're not even a minute and a half into this game. And Blaze is already on final stock.
Mounir right now trying to close up that stock on Acno as well, though backing off onto the stage and helping out his teammate, trying to at least stop Blaze. Not going to be too successful in the process. Koko did take a couple of hits there, and now the question is, what will Koko be able to get going? Finds a neutral, trying to space out that side light, tries to go out there for the sider as well. Blaze taking a lot of hits from Koko, but then quick little 2v1 combo. Unfortunately, Acno was not able to follow that through. He had to focus on the opponent in front of him.
It would be really interesting if the quote-unquote, like, the fall of the age of Acno and Blaze was due at the hands of first Spyrox and Urbador, and then Koko. So the splitting up of that team gave new life to two new teams that then ended the run of Acno and Blaze. So we have this beautiful cycle, this circle of life, if you will.
Yeah, these are the old Yonko. These are the old kings. Now the new worst generation could be coming on in. I just really like One Piece.
We're done with the old bulls. We want the new young calves. I at least got an audible laugh there. That's better than the Tazza silence, so I'll take that any day. And we have a 1v1 here, and it's Koko who is handling Acno, has a huge lead, opts for the axe that keeps Acno weapon starved as a spawn comes in, grabs it, had that axe already primed, going in for the D-Light. Surprised that wasn't a neutral light there, but maybe he just wants the faster, safer move, even though it might not KO as early. He does have a lot of damage on Acno, though, so even, yeah, it does. That's why he went for it. He knew the answer. Go the safe move. Even though it KOs later, he had enough damage built up.
And they're not spending or wasting any time. They're just going to be jumping into game 2 as quickly as they can, immediately striking the stages, and they're going into game number 2. I gotta say, Acno and Blaze, at least in the beginning of the game, were getting kind of cleaned up. Now, towards the end of the game, they brought it back super even. It became a 1v1. But yes, it was quite unfortunate for so long that Acno was left without a weapon, being like so deep into the red after taking so much damage. Going into game 2, let's see what they got. Let's see what they'll be able to make happen. Acno already going in on Mounir, and then a little bit of friendly fire on Blaze. Happens to the best of us.
Now, I do hate to say, like, oh, if there's anybody that can come back from this, it's Acno and Blaze, because that's just, like, such a normal voice line that comes out from so many different commentators, myself included. But, like, let's be real. If there's anybody that can come down from, like, getting wiped game 1 like that, let's be real. It is Acno and Blaze.
Oh, you just did the thing.
I did it.
You just did the...
I did it.
Not to be X,
it's
but
fine.
X.
It's fine because, like, I know...
It doesn't justify it at all,
yeah,
just because you're self-aware.
But I hate myself doing it, and I hate myself in general, so it's okay.
I guess it's fine. I guess it's okay. That's fine. That's chill.
You need someone to jump on the grenade. I'm there. I'm that person. I'm him.
Taking one for the team. Really appreciate it, pal. At the moment, Koko is going to be keeping up red team's stock advantage. Let's see how he'll be able to preserve it at the moment. Gets that nice little unarmed recovery onto Acno. Acno is suffering, and Mounir wants that side sig so badly. Finally going to be able to interrupt him for just a moment. Acno waiting, biding his time, gets that neutral, gets that stock. You saw how patient he was on that left side.
Yeah, he just straight up ran over to the wall, and I feel like it's really been a long time since I've seen Acno in, I don't want to necessarily call it disadvantage state because I feel like we haven't seen enough of this set to call it that yet, but semi-disadvantage state where it's like Acno is on the back foot and Koko is the one living, and Blaze, like, he's doing a pretty good job, but all of a sudden he's taken out by that.
Okay,
I didn't say
sideline?
Caster's Curse, though. That's the worst. That's the one I hate more than anything.
Well, if the shoe fits. You know, sometimes it's
I'm wearing
apt.
Crocs, baby.
Yeah, we can all see, except chat. Acno going to be knocked out to his last stock at this point. Koko once again leading the stock lead for that team very, very gently. The question is, do they have any huge 2v1 combos that they can throw out at the moment? Looking for that neutral air. That neutral air is huge. And you saw Koko. He was like, I would love a recovery today. Not quite. Gets interrupted out of it.
Let's see what Koko has. He's patrolling the ground. Does have the lance. Ends up hitting 2 with that neutral air, the backside of it. The 2 lance players trying to go as crazy as they can, but Blaze, he's kind of caught out a little bit. He was recovering in the air.
Oh, that was so
the
clean.
timing on that was huge. Start off with Mounir and then Koko, and they continue it going, although he did drop that recovery just a little bit, but they're able to clean it up there. Koko and Mounir, what are they doing to Acno and Blaze?
Defeating them.
That's,
it seems like
that's
game
the
2,
correct answer.
That team combo was just pulled out of thin air. They were so ready at a moment's notice. That side stick into the side light, that was crazy. That was absurd. In fact, Acno took so much damage, that was just preserved for so long. And then at this point, Blaze, just so deep off stage, has to eat that weapon toss, stuck in the lag of that downer, jumps back on, and then at this point, might not even have touched. And even if you did, guess what? You got a GCD light coming to your face.
And I feel like we're getting essentially, now this isn't grand finals, it is just quote unquote just elimination finals, but we are getting like the fundamental new, quote unquote new versus old here, because Acno and Blaze have swapped off of the legends they were playing previously and on to like the original legends we really knew them for. It's Blaze's Bryn, it's Acno's Koji, and they're both getting handled!
Oh, but not finished off quite yet, but they took a lot of damage. They got
so
cooked
much.
up for a moment. They're deep into the red, they're deep into the orange, and currently Mounir wants that sock so badly onto Acno, gonna be switching off, handing off the opponent's Blaze, though, popping out with a couple of D-lights. Nice damage coming in with that side six, excuse me. But unfortunately, you take out your own teammate, and you're the one that's still behind in damage.
They are trading 1 for 1, but they're actually... It's crazy. They're not that behind in damage. It depends on how long Koko lives. He's in like the beginning stages of red, so he could live for a while. Like that didn't even send him off screen. Meanwhile, the entire blue team. Okay.
Optimal punish.
And we're basically all but even as Koko's going to spawn back into this game, hunt for the weapon toss, throw out a little unarmed damage, throwing those recoveries, trying to fish out of the air.
I will say I do like Koko's idea to go through the ground pound because it's like, hey, I'm so behind on this stock, I have to get rid of it now. If I ground pound you and I get you stock, that would be like cool. But also if you spike me, that'll be fine too. But a couple of quick cleanups as well, my goodness.
I don't want to let everything leak just yet. I know we are going to see some more Zerial the rest of this weekend. I'm not going to tell you who just yet. I'm not going to tell you which region, but I have been convinced that Zerial is a very, very, very strong legend to have in twos, even before
People
seeing
just needed
this.
the excuse to play Devil Jin.
It was like just Fozy, and then all of a sudden we are going to see more. I don't know how much more. I know at least one more person is going to play Zerial.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what the weekend will have in store. But at the moment, Acno, okay, looking through that recovery, gets that neutral air chase dodge up, threatening Mounir, who is so uncomfortable. Try to find a way to get back down. Blaze just pressuring with his position.
Nice.
This is such a good point for the blue team, but then they end up dropping center stage.
And you see Koko, he's focused on that center stage. He was right in the middle. Mounir is hugging that center stage as well. Koko very grounded until they send their opponents into the air, and then all of a sudden, they're taken off the top. 590 damage, 5 KOs coming out for Mounir. I'm so blown away by this team. I really, really am. They're making Acno and Blaze look like people who almost barely make it out of pools.
You know, and I've got to say, if I'm Red Team, I am so thankful the amount of times that they were able to get like that, double stack combo.
They're the luckiest. Well, they're just good, but they're also the luckiest team in the world to pick